All right, let's check out if I'm going live first before we start chatting away. Just give this a second. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Why is that coming out? Is that coming out live? Let's just make sure. Okay, cool. I think I'm coming out live. Let's make sure that. Excellent, excellent. All right, all good, all good, all good. Okay, hopefully people will join us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I thought I would do this live with my good friend and brother from another mother, Sean Brown, my colleague from, which is what is now called the Bad Dog Academy. I'm sure we'll talk about that shortly. To let people know about the Bad Dog Academy, which is coming out tomorrow, 8 p.m. Channel 4 in the UK. So that's another question that I've got frequently asked about where people can see it, and if they're abroad, how do they see it? So first off, how's things, Sean? It's been a minute since I've seen you. I've been spoken to you lots, but since I've seen your ugly mug.
To be fair, it's roasting up the north. And,
you say roasting?
Yeah. This is our one day a year.
Yeah,
Well, the sun's I've definitely burnt my arms, but I can't complain. It's just, honestly, with the development of the new site, the difference between when it's sunny and no wind, of how much work I can actually get done, to then when it's all through the winter, it's been 30-mile-an-hour rain, and wind in there, rain and stuff like that. And it's so I can't complain. Long may it last
as well, doesn't it? It means that your day's longer, so you can crack on and get stuff done. Really,
Yeah. So
that's an exciting project you've got. So just tell people that will pick this up about what you're actually doing, which is quite incredible. Because ironically, you bought the place when we did the Dog Academy.
Yeah. So back in this. I have two fields. Things that I use for the dogs. I have two fields, and then I have another centre where we do most of our operations from. Then I bought a new centre, and I've been developing it for the last year and a half because it was really run down. But we'll have, when it launches, we'll have two indoor arenas. One's AstroTurf, one's a sand arena. We'll have two outdoor sand arenas. I'll also have an outdoor wood chip arena, and we'll also have 3 grassland areas for dogs that have got ponds in and all sorts. And then I also have a stables block where we're going to do equine therapy for children and veterans and old people and mental health stuff. So it's kept us very busy.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to sort of give people a little bit of context. So Sean is based up in Durham, sunny Durham, as you can see with the sun beaming off his face there, the one day of sun. But and he has his business, which is Petercise, up in Tantoby in Durham. So if you're up that neck of the woods, go and check it out. They have places that you can hire to walk your dogs, or you can do boarding. They also have a hydrotherapy center, groomers. They have the whole shebang. So not that wasn't enough. Sean, in the midst of filming the Bad Dog Academy, as it's called now, thought to himself, do you know what I need? It's a bit like me and dogs. You look around and think, what do I need? I need more land. I need more things on my plate. So Sean, and we literally, when we were up there, he was in the midst of negotiating and it was all going through. And I think when we finished, I think it was in the final stages of all coming off, wasn't it? But now, 18 months later, because that's how long ago we shot the second series, it's a reality, and it's well underfoot, so well underway to becoming a reality. And at the time, he talked about his vision, which is incredible of how he's managed to pull it off. So really exciting time for Sean to make that project a reality, and obviously the Bad Dog Academy. So we filmed 18 months. It's got to be 18 months ago. We've got a year. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is remember one of the people that we had on the Bad Dog Academy was a lady that I remember she had the kid with her, and that was all linked to that therapy stuff that I was already developing. So it was like what is the chances that it would have aligned to discuss with them? But it's just it was so long ago now. I something to refresh on the dogs that we did.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was so if you didn't see the first series, I'm sure it'll be somewhere on the Tinternet to see, which was called the Dog Academy. So it's been a change of format, which a lot of people have asked us about. So this year is the second series, and there's been significant changes. The big one is the name. So lots and lots of people have asked about the name and why it was changed from the Dog Academy to the Bad Dog Academy. So it was really as a result of people that fed back their thoughts about the show. One of the consistent pieces of feedback was the urging the powers that be to change the name. So it was put to us as a discussion point, and the trainers, obviously, we had our opinions because none of us collectively believe there's such thing as a bad dog. It's all probably down to misunderstanding, lack of education, and so forth. However, we also understand that it's about getting people interested and talking about the show, which is, no matter how good the training is, what amazing work that we've done. And I have to say, this series has done some fantastic stuff. Nobody's going to see it unless we get people to watch the series. So it was a little bit of a trade-off for hopefully getting a bit more recognition. As a result of it, the name was decided upon. And they also then have changed the format. So previously, each of us worked in a pair, so there were 6 trainers. Now it's been condensed to 4 trainers. Myself and Sean are still working together, which was really super fun. And then there's Victoria Stilwell, which most of you will probably know from It's Me or the Dog. She's been obviously in this industry for literally decades, and the fantastic Joe Pay, who were the main trainers. Adam Daines actually came on and supported us in the show. Adam's a quality guy. And a couple of other people that had been involved in the previous show jumped on board and helped us behind the scenes with various things that were going on. So a new format. The big other significant difference is Nick Grimshaw, who is now the presenter for the show, and he was fantastic to work with and alongside. He's a massive dog person. He loves dogs. He's got 2 dogs, Stinky and sorry,
is it Pig?
Pig and Stinky. That's it. Pig and Stinky. Yeah. His Staffy and his pug, who he brought them on set. They were super cute. So he's a massive dog lover, which I think is such an asset to the program. Having somebody that almost acts as the eyes and the lens from the person watching from home. So we're really excited about the show. How about you, Sean? You looking forward to seeing it go live? Because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, like you say, with the name, there's kind of like irony in the name. But like you said, the problem is with the first name, they felt that everybody that's using our methods and that's in line with training and really active in that industry, they're all watching the show and they understand it. It's the people that maybe don't know anything about dog training or don't follow it at all. And it was about, were they understanding the name? I think that's where it sort of came from, and they felt it resonated better. And it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see. Proof will be in the pudding, really. What happens on the film and who we view, and ultimately, it's just about helping more people. So if it is just a name change like that, and then once you watch the show, you realise what we're all about and what we're actually doing, then it helps more people. Ultimately, that's what I believe, anyways. And yeah, Grimmy was good, wasn't he? The thing is, I think he got a little bit. I think he was getting scared coming to see us by the end of it, because every time he came on with us, and for people that will be watching it, so we would be working with these dogs, and Grimmy would kind of be like floating around the set with his entourage following him around. And he would talk to you, and you the dog and this, that, and the other, and present as they do. And so when I was with my camera crew, I was like, let's see if we can really stitch him up and get him doing some mad stuff in the name of dog training, let's say. So I had him crawling through tunnels, trying to get him to do dog tricks. And it was all to see it through the dog's eyes, obviously. And So I think by the end of it, he was a bit like, oh God, I've got to go and see them 2 again. What have the God is doing now?
Yeah, no, he was, to be fair, he was a great sport. He was such a great person. The fact that he loves dogs. So obviously my dogs were there, which were used for a lot of the filming in between. And Sean had his dogs there who were used as well. So Grimmy was able to handle those and do different things with them. So it was really, really super fun with it. It was so nice to work with somebody that was absolutely a massive dog lover. But there was no convincing him to interact with the dogs. He was like, if anything, you're like, okay, you need to pull back from this one. You definitely can't interact with this one. So he was definitely an asset. And has been. Hopefully people will really see what how much he loves dogs, and hopefully that will come across. So this series was also different because we knew a little bit more what was happening. Obviously, when we did the first series, nobody knew how it's going to work, and this was quite an unorthodox idea where you have a family come in with their dog in a state of disrepair, the relationships at a breaking point, and then the dog is allocated to the trainer, and the other person in the pairing would discuss and work with the owners, and then eventually bring them back. So that in itself, anybody that trains dogs will know. And we only had a day. So big common question is, how long did you work with the dogs? We literally had not even 8 hours at times. It would be between giving the dogs breaks, which we obviously have to do, and working at the rate of the dog and giving them downtime and so forth and so forth. I would say it was only a couple of hours, really. So we had to work quickly. We had to work efficiently. And obviously, it's quite an unusual situation. You're bringing a dog to a new location. A lot of the dogs had struggles in those environments, or could have struggles, I should say, in those environments, because there's going to be a multitude of people. There was pigs on the set. There was horses. There was animals around. Not horses. Yeah, there was a horse. Yeah, but there's a lot of things going on. Yeah. Go on.
I think as well with the training, what is much better in this season is the first season when we're positive training, especially say we're training the dog and we're going through 30 different steps, and we're trying to go through these steps quickly, and we're trying to show that it's possible and how we adjust to how the dog's feeling and this, that, and the other, and we work it. This season, we were a lot better at getting the every trainer I'll notice when you have like a little breakthrough moment or the impactful moments, we were much better at highlighting them impactful moments and showcasing them. And ultimately, it comes across, I think, well, is that people can see the process, but rather than the 30 steps, you're just seeing it in 5 steps, and you're seeing all the impactful moments of change, essentially.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the big thing was, because we understood what the setup was, we could then take on cases that we felt we could work with. So, there were some cases that were definitely challenging, as you'll see in the series. So, we're looking forward to sharing the work that we did with definitely more contentious cases with more extreme ends of the spectrum in terms of behavior. And what we really want to show is what is possible using reinforcement-based dog training, and training where we focus on positive reinforcement as a methodology and not using, punishment and correction. So, that was really the premise of the show, and also really showing the relationship between owners and their dogs, and how by changing their mindset, focusing on a different strength the dog has, and reframing things in their mind, how they can make such progress in a relatively short space of time. So it was, a really, really fun experience to be involved with. It's quite intense. We're up there for, it's probably about a month to 6 weeks of filming. I think it's about 6 weeks. And we're up there for most weekends. We're up there. I think we were like, some days it would be from
it's really sort of Thursday to Sunday, really, and then you have like a bit of a reset, and then you're probably on to the producers on Tuesday, Wednesday, doing your plans, and then you're back down. It's within 6 weeks. I mean, if you said you should have 2 days off, it's quite hard, because then you go back and you do stuff at your company, and then you're back into it. And I think as well, one of the things is, like you were saying, I think this season the problems are very, very, very relevant in today's society of what a lot of people are having problems with, and they're not kind of toned down in it. We are literally dealing with these real serious problems, and you can see how the positive methods can make an impact. And I think the way it's filmed this season as well, I think people will be able to follow the story a lot better, and it's a lot more smoother, and there's not as there's not as many. It's not as blocky. You kind of into the training. You get to see the dog's progress. You get to see the human side of it, and then we bring it all together. So I think content-wise, there's a lot more there for you, really.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, we're really excited. As I said, it's tomorrow, 8 p.m. Channel 4. So unfortunately, at this moment in time, I don't think it's being aired anywhere else bar the UK. However, just to qualify that, the last series was picked up in, I think, New Zealand, Denmark, I think Japan or China or someone like that, or one of somewhere in Asia. I think there's several countries across the globe that had it.
They did it to America as well.
Yeah, I've got a feeling it did go to me. I can't again, so I know that it will eventually, hopefully. Again, the big thing with any of these things is to get the support. So, you know, if you do watch it, if you do pick it up, you know, share information about it, let friends and family know, tag us in it, you know, like really, really raise its profile, because the more that it gets out there and the more response that it gets, the more likelihood that we will be able to do another series and show what is possible. Because at the end of the day, that's what we all signed up for. You know, it was very much about showing what was possible using these methods, and also really, really focusing on the relationship between dogs and people, which is what we all want to help with, really, you know. And when they come to us in, as I said, in places, in certain circumstances where they're a breaking point, you know, it's almost like we're their last chance, as it were, you know. So again, if you like it, if you enjoy it, let people know, share it on social media, and create as much of a ripple as you possibly can, because the powers that be that have the option to, you know, bring it back for another series, a third series, and possibly beyond, they need to know that. So so hopefully, yeah, it will get some traction. So from your point of view, Sean, have you is there anything that you're particularly looking forward to in this series? Obviously, we can't go into the details of the specific cases, but is there something that you are looking forward to sharing with the audience and so forth?
I would say it's quite. I would say there's some stressful moments on it. I would say definitely where the viewers will feel that sort of intensity and the of what we're trying to do and achieve, and the challenge that we're facing. And I think as well, I just love that how relevant the cases are that we're doing. That's what I would say. We've really went up with you. It's smoothed out, and the cases are great. And I just hope that people then take away from it. And I really think this season we've got the balance right about like entertainment and Grimmy bringing a human side to it, and maybe he's not that not being as like knowledgeable behavior wise, but just seeing the dog for what it is as just a bystander, say, and actual positive training side. Because ultimately that's what's going to keep the show on is having that balance and getting it out there to the masses, really.
Definitely, and I think that's what Grimmy definitely, Nick Grimshaw brought to the fore. So those, you know, most probably people recognise Nick. He does Radio 1. He does The Dish on YouTube. He also has done. He was on
Gogglebox.
He did Strictly. I think Britain's Got Talent. He was a judge on that. So he's been around for a very long time. He's such a likable guy. And really, really, you know, really kind, really compassionate. And as I said, he looked at what we were doing from the layperson's eyes, you know, not a dog trainer, no knowledge of dog training, and really asked questions that people at home are going to ask. So most people that follow myself on social media, or, you know, possibly Sean or Joe or Vic, will have a background or some knowledge maybe, or familiarity or interest in dogs and in training and behavior modification. But really the audience that we're trying to encourage to have the discussion is people that just don't know much about their dogs. And as a result of their lack of knowledge and understanding, they're encountering problems that could really easily be rectified if they were just more aware and informed of what their dog is and what their needs of the dog are and so forth. So just as I said, that's where Grimmy really, really brought an interesting twist on things. And as I said, he brought his two dogs to set, and who was a bull terrier and a pug, and as I said, he was provided a really nice spin on the show. Any other thoughts, Sean, about the show that you want to share with people before we see the questions?
Just just tune in, watch it, enjoy it, share it, take the mick out of us, take the mick out of Grimmy, Kamal. Questions, fire them in, anything really. Let's just try and make it a success, really, and let's push it to the top of Dog TV.
Absolutely, yeah. So I don't know if anybody does have any questions about the show. Feel free to ask. What we're going to try and do is do a, regular. We did it last time for the last series. We did a regular live post the show to sort of share a little bit more insight into the specific problems the dogs had, and to give some, practical dog training advice. So we'll be doing that obviously in the next 8 weeks. So if you join in on obviously my Facebook page, you'll be able to check that out. Either myself and some of the trainers, hopefully they're going to jump on board and just discuss the relevant problems that we cover. So I don't know if there's any questions. I'll just give it a minute to just see if anybody has a question about the. Let me just have a quick look. And obviously, if you pick this up retrospectively, feel free to ask a question. And as long as you tag me in it, I should be able to pick it up.
Or even, to be honest, when the first episode comes out tomorrow, if we do a one like a recap after, just ping questions from that as well. Is there stuff that you want to know? Is there stuff that how did we get to certain stages, or how did we do this, that, and the other? Anything along those lines, really.
Yeah, excellent. I think there is one question. It's from Caroline Woods. I'm going to ignore this one, Caroline. She said, I'm going to ignore my response to it. Seriously, can we take the mick out of Kamal? Well, I'm going to let you figure that one out, Caroline. Just bear in mind that I teach you online and I meet you in person. That's all I'm going to say about that one. But, that's up to you if you're brave enough, but nonetheless. But anyway, that's it really. Just a quick in from myself and Sean, both on the Bad Dog Academy tomorrow, Channel 4. 8 p.m. Do not miss it. It's going to be a fantastic series. I have to say, we're really, really proud of the work that we've done in it, because some of the cases were definitely pushing us out of our comfort zone. Certainly the first one, which you may have seen some, I don't know whether there's been trailers, so I won't say too much, but definitely is a jaw dropper. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and we look forward to sharing it with you. All good, all good, all good. So anything else you want to add before we go, Sean?
All good.
All right, no worries. Enjoy, everybody. Look forward to hearing your feedback tomorrow, and all the best.